told not to.
Don't water the plant.
No, don't water them.
Okay.
Well, that one started to rot. I watered it so
Oh,
much.
God.
Yes.
Is that what smells in here?
No. That's
Oh.
me.
Oh, that's a worry.
My mistake.
My mistake.
Now,
Yeah, hi.
I think that might be the intro, but I haven't decided yet. Let's wait, and I'll fix that in post.
Okay, let's wait.
But what we're not going to wait for
Oh,
is knowledge.
knowledge.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello
Welcome.
to
The
podcasts
We Do
on
TikTok,
and
Spotify,
other various
YouTube,
social medias.
iHeartRadio.
That's mine.
We
I
have
think.
no, that's what I listen to.
Yes.
We have Instagram, where you can see all our shorts.
Yes.
I'm
And
wet.
trousers.
I'm wearing shorts. I got the pins out today.
You do,
I
James.
got the pins out.
You do, because you've got big calves.
Going,
You're a big man. Yes.
what's that called again?
Quadriceps. But enough about the anatomy.
We did an episode on that.
What are we learning about today?
Now, we kind of alluded to this last week when we had our friend Nigel
Rowe.
Thornberry.
Oh.
Nigel Rowe on
Yes.
the show.
Smashing.
Rhymes.
Yeah.
And
very
what did we
good.
do last week? We did
Random knowledge.
episode, episode 3 of...
I think it was 3.
3?
I hope it was 3 because I tied it at 3.
Sessions 3.
Sessions.
Do you remember those Sessions DVDs? Of it, like CDs? They were called Sessions?
Yes. Essentials, I remember.
Was it Essentials?
It was Essentials, I think. Anyway.
Essential oils. So we're talking about
Mm.
conspiracy theories.
Ooh.
Okay. Now, we'll start off with one and we'll see how we'll go.
Okay, in case it's too
In
scary.
case it's too scary.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun. Flat Earth theory.
Oh, that's me.
Flat Earthers.
The old pancake we live on.
Pancakes.
Yeah.
The good old frisbee, disc golf,
Yes.
whatever you want to name it. The flat stuff.
Yeah. Which is our Earth.
Now, we all love a conspiracy theory.
Yes.
And I know you do, Mr. Josh.
I do like a conspiracy theory.
I personally like to read about them and debunk them as I go along.
Mm.
So this particular theory has been around, or has kind of exploded again
Yes.
in the past 10 to 20 years, I
think,
would think.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'd say we thank TikTok for that.
We certainly do.
Not over
I
the
mean,
20, 30 years, but in the recent.
Now these people have got something to talk on about.
Now we
It's not
gave
just
idiots
YouTube.
a platform
That's why we're there.
kind of like us.
Hello.
Hello. We are idiots and we have a platform.
Yes. So flat Earth.
Yeah.
Okay. About 10 to 20 years, it's kind of blown up again.
Mm.
So let's start with the basics. Okay. Earth.
Yes.
All
I've
right.
heard- yeah.
Earth. Okay. Between 384 and 322 BC, okay, ancient Greek philosophers like Aristotle,
Yeah.
who actually got empirical evidence,
Ooh. Imperial evidence.
Yep, that supported spherical Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm already here to debunk this crud.
And 384
Yeah, exactly.
is like, it's round, guys.
Guys, seriously.
Seriously, it's round.
Eratosthenes,
Oh.
okay, in the 3rd century BC, became the first person to calculate the circumference of the Earth.
You did use one of those little clicky wheels we had in primary school?
Yeah.
Wow.
Except it was, made out of timber.
And the wheel was triangle.
And he made the noises. Tick,
Yeah.
tick.
And he employed a slave to count the ticks. Yes.
And then in the 9th century, okay, Islamic scholars took more measurements that supported the previous theory
Okay.
and the original measurements of Earth.
So it seems pretty concrete from
So far.
at this
I'm
time in history.
I'm not even
it's
done.
It's round.
It's round because in the 16th century, European navigators circled the globe, taking their own measurements.
I wonder how they measured it though when they were if they're on a
It's a
boat.
really big piece of rope.
Just a bit of string.
Why do
they
you think
laid the
it's-
string around so they could find their way back, like out of a cave.
But it's like when people go, "Oh, how many sticks have you got of this?" It's like, well, how long is a piece of string?
yeah.
Well, how long is it? Well, it's this long.
How
because
long's the
it goes-
Earth go
well,
for?
That's it.
You know, that's what I'm going to start using.
Now, all the stuff you really want to hear is coming up because how the hell are we flat? Seriously, how are we flat? So, as many of you may or may not know, we all believe the Earth was flat prior to Aristotle and his mates finding out
And that was
we're around.
384.
384 to 322
But
BC.
before that, we believed
Before that, we were like, no, we are the center of the universe,
Yeah.
and we're flat.
everything revolves around us. Look
Yeah.
at me.
Hello, how you
Hello.
doing?
We're the best. We're the greatest.
There it is. I am the greatest
I am the
of all time.
Yes.
However, flat Earth theory has resurfaced and has now officially been around since the 1800s. Okay, as a theory.
Yes.
Okay.
So you're telling
Now-
me it's not fact?
Well, so I said earlier,
Well-
since 384,
No, it's round.
it's fact that it is spherical.
Yes.
Okay. Now, this was due to the scientific backlash from those of the Old Testament learning, science versus religion. Okay, like
The old battle of the minds.
yes. Well, no, God was doing this, so you're wrong, and
You are
here's all
wrong.
my evidence as a which is written in a book.
Yes.
And yours is just written on parchment that you thought about during those evenings we threw you into jail.
Plus the research and
Also,
science.
the research and science. We don't use that
But
word.
who? Yes. Oh,
No.
that's a bit taboo around
Yes,
these parts.
correct. So
Yes.
that's in the that's early on.
Yeah.
So, however, in 1956, so quite in respects, it's reasonably recent.
Reasonably recent. Yeah.
Okay, a man by the name of Samuel Shenton,
He sounds flat.
yeah, a bit flat,
a bit
who was a sign writer living in the UK, created the International Flat Earth Research Society.
What a nerd.
Sadly, those in the know didn't really take him seriously.
Well, I mean, it checks out.
It's like
I'm not taking him too seriously.
if I
either.
come up to you and go, "No, mate, come on, the Earth's flat."
Oh, well, yes, of course. It must be right
Must
because
be right.
random strangers just told me it is.
It's
and all the prior research
Exactly.
and science means nothing.
Zero.
Because this random smelly human yelled at me in the street and told me it's flat.
But like, I'm okay. So I'm reading a book at the moment. Okay, it's a bit of a nerdy book.
Does sound like something you'd do.
Right now, literally the world that it's set in is called Discworld. It's written by Terry Pratchett.
Ah, yes. The
Okay.
disc golf manual.
Yes,
Disc golf for dummies.
find it at your local Dimmicks and readings.
It's a puffin book.
It's
I
a,
think.
but it's in
Andy
a,
Griffiths wrote it.
well, exactly no, but it's in a series of like 56 books.
Okay.
Okay, and it's all space, but it's all on. It's called Discworld. Now, Discworld is on a giant turtle with four
I've seen
elephants.
this movie.
With
Oh.
4 elephants that's sitting on its back.
Okay.
And the flat Earth is on top of those elephants.
Hang on. Whoa,
So-
whoa.
Yeah, yeah, okay. Do you want me to find a photo so you can see it?
Oh, well, no, I can imagine. I
Yeah.
think let's leave this
Yeah.
to my imagination because
Yeah.
it's probably so much more wide. So there's a turtle.
Giant turtle in space.
There's 4 elephants riding on the turtle's back.
Yep.
And then the flat Earth is on top of the elephant.
Yep.
And this flat Earth are they flying through space or
flying
just
through
floating?
No, it's floating away through space.
So
Just boop, boop.
what kind of LSD was this person on?
So Terry Pratchett, and you might have heard of Neil Gaiman before.
No.
Have you heard of the TV series called Good Omens?
I've heard of it.
Have you heard of the TV series and book? Now these are books, obviously, as well.
Animorphs.
Close.
Captain Underpants.
Yes, American Gods.
No, I have not.
New TV series that came out recently called
Neighbours.
Sandman.
Oh, no, I don't know any of this.
Wow, these are all on like Netflix and Prime.
Okay.
These are pretty well.
I guess I'm not
well-known TV shows.
immersed in
That's
that
okay.
universe. And this
Right.
is why the podcast is so great.
That's exactly right.
Because
So-
I am a classic Chad.
There it is.
And James is a
nerd.
dork. Oh, nerd.
A dork.
I stole his lunch money today.
Gave me a swirly.
I did. Gave him a swirly.
Anyway, we're going slightly off topic.
Sorry, yes.
But these books, Discworld, it's been around for a long time.
Okay.
That sort of knowledge, this is what it is. We're on the back of a giant turtle. Now, people do genuinely have this belief.
I mean, I think about that sometimes remember when Temok was on an episode,
Yes.
my friend Temok,
Yes.
and we showed him Round the Twist. And
Yes, we
because
did.
Temok's from
Yeah,
America, he's
yeah.
never seen Round the Twist.
That's
and it's
right.
just like some of the concepts in that show.
From Texas?
Yes.
Yeah,
Some
nailed
of
it.
the concepts in that show are just like the amphetamines that these people would have been on in the board meetings
Yeah.
to green light these shows.
Yeah.
And then you tell me about some elephants on turtles with flat earth on their back.
Yeah.
Anyway, my mind is fried, but go on.
Well, there's a.
How could I not believe that?
Well, right.
Yeah.
There's a Doctor Who episode where they've got the whole city of London on the back of a giant space manatee
Wow.
or whale or something. Yeah. Anyway, that's we're going way off.
Does Doctor Who have a spoon or a screwdriver? Is that the thing?
It's a screwdriver. Although I do have a screwdriver spoon.
A spork.
It's got it's a sonic screwdriver, but it's got a spoon end.
How convenient.
Right?
Just for space snacks.
Anyway, so don't forget, old mate Samuel Shenton in 1956 decided he was going to create the International Flat Earth Research Society.
Yes.
Or the IFERS.
IFERS.
Yes.
IFERS.
What? Like? So, what do you think they talked about?
The Earth being flat,
The Earth
I
being
would
flat.
assume.
Do you reckon they had watercress sandwiches and high tea?
They have a packet of plain Savoys.
Yes,
that's what I reckon they ate.
Literally all they had.
Yes.
If it wasn't flat, they weren't eating it.
No.
No rissoles.
No fizzy drinks.
No fizzy drinks.
in this office.
Bubbles around.
Yes, we buy fizzy drinks and leave the lid off for a
just
week, and
flat.
then we drink them.
They only drink flat soda.
Only flat stuff, flatbread only.
Flatbread only. Did you see Dolores? Yes. Bought a loaf today.
Oh,
Get her out.
Well,
Not
we
allowed
need to have
back.
we need to have a little chat.
Anyway, it wasn't until the early 2000s,
Yes.
okay, where the internet trolls brought it up all over again.
Oh,
Okay, the whole flat Earth
Millennials.
stuff. Yeah, right?
it's the kids' fault. That's the problem.
And would bring it up on chat sites and online forums.
Okay.
And in 2009, the annual Flat Earth Conference started.
Oh, fantastic.
Well, I'm
Where
sure
can
you
I
can-
buy a ticket?
Well, where I'm sure you can guess exactly what's going on there.
I'd say they're celebrating the flat
High
Earth. And they're
fiving.
all, yes, in a flat manner.
So a whole bunch of flat earthers would get together and talk about how much us weird people didn't believe that fact.
We're so stupid.
So there's actually a few different types of flat earth models to choose from.
Oh, great.
You've got the spring model, the summer model, sorry.
The Series S.
The Series
the
the Flat Earth 2.7.
Yes.
It's actually Android.
And you've got Flat Earth Lite if you want a free demo.
LITE.
Yes.
So there's a few types which kind of explain the theory
Okay,
a little bit.
hit me.
So some models propose that Earth's edges are surrounded by a wall of ice.
I've heard this one.
Holding in the oceans.
Wouldn't the water melt the ice?
Well,
And
the
it is-
slow lapping at, yes. But does that mean that flat earthers would not necessarily believe in global warming?
Yes, well, I would say so. Unless the outside is incredibly cold and the middle of the Earth is very hot. But yeah, I guess that means that they don't think that it'd ever change.
No.
Ah.
Okay, so something to think about.
Okay.
Ponder if you would.
Yes.
So others suggest that our flat planet and its atmosphere are encased in a huge hemispherical snow globe style
What a cold
kind of
themes
structure.
here.
Yeah, from which nothing can fall off its edges.
Like the Simpsons
very
movie.
Truman Show.
A very Truman Show.
So and Simpsons. I like the dome idea, like the dome Simpsons.
So we're all in this. Okay, so it's just
We're
this
all
flat
in
thing
this together.
with a dome over the top.
Yes.
But that means you could get to the edge.
But I feel like it's a dome. Well, see, and this is it. Like, how does?
It's on a moving axis, like
well-
those Pokemon things you used to get out of chip packets that move when you turn them side to little cards.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or to account for night and day. So if you think about this, how does night and day
True,
work?
actually, yeah.
Okay, so one way is most flat earthers think that the sun moves in circles around
the Earth.
correct, around the North Pole specifically, which is it acts like a spotlight. So as it comes to one side, spotlight and spotlight and spotlight. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No. Okay.
So very interesting. So the most recent US model, okay, for example, comes with a sunroof.
Great.
Sorry.
No.
Optional
It
air
took me a
conditioning.
second to clue onto that. I was like,
Optional
oh no,
air-
it's a joke.
Optional air conditioning.
Fantastic.
Leather seats.
Heated
So, for example, suggests that the sun and the moon are 50 kilometers in diameter,
Big.
okay, and circle the disc-shaped Earth at a height of 5,500 kilometers, with the stars above rotating on a dome.
Okay.
Okay, so very similar to that dome
Yeah,
Just to
yeah,
explain
okay.
that dome theory a
So
little
it's
bit
like
more.
it's on an axis.
So what you just said, with that whole movement,
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
Many flat earthers also reject gravity.
Yes, well, of course.
Well, you would.
Well, of
Absolutely you would.
course. The biggest myth of all.
Yes, and with the UK model, okay, which we don't hear much of, to
They
be honest.
drink flat, warm beer.
Foster's.
Foster's. The only place
Australia
that
has not drunk Foster's since the 60s, I believe.
Yeah, we shipped it off to
We
you
got
lot because
rid
it was
of it.
trash. Yeah.
But suggested that the disc itself accelerated, or is accelerating, up to 9.8 meters squared, okay, meters per second squared,
Yes.
okay, it's very fast, to give the illusion of gravity.
Yes, okay.
So we've got an illusion of gravity.
Yeah.
We've got this whole thing of like, okay, the sun. Does that mean the sun and the moon are flat as well? Because they kind of just flopping side to side. Does that mean that they also believe that we are the center of the universe, or do they believe in a solar system?
Us. Is that what they're thinking?
Well, maybe. Maybe
I
there's
wonder
still
if
that
the flat
thought
earthers
process.
think the rest of the planets are flat.
Well, this is the thing, because I couldn't find anything specific on that.
Okay.
Like, what about the
They
rest of
probably
the
don't want
solar
to say
system
because
then?
they know they're wrong.
Well, that was my thought. It was like, well, clearly you don't know.
Yeah.
So
You've got the evidence to back up your argument, but anything outside the argument that might be seen as,
Yeah.
well, what about this then that can tie
Yeah.
back to the argument is like, oh, danger zone.
That's right, that's
We are
right.
Bail, bail, bail. Abort mission.
Now, it's not that flat earthers. Now, we understand that there are some people who are a little bit that are behind the eight ball, and some that are
You're idiots. Is that
that
you?
are the eight ball.
Oh, great.
But not all flat earthers are misguided, or that they lack basic education or common sense.
No, they're just in a cult.
Well, their beliefs stem mostly from distrusting authorities and institutions in the know. So scientific institutions.
Well, this is there's this article online.
Yes.
And then there's an article online for everything.
Well, it's like the whole, our shots, our flu shots and COVID shots and all that sort of stuff. The vaccinations that they all point to autism.
Yes.
Like, they all cause autism or issues and all this sort of stuff. It's like, okay, here's 500 million writings by people that have a lot more smarts than you.
Yes.
That have
But
said
that one article that they found.
One article that is on Wikipedia that was written by some bloke in his basement.
Yes.
That says that it does, and then
true.
you've got a whole
And
group
we know
of people.
that the vaccine creates
mean, that-
autism
Yes,
because
because
we've definitely had enough time with it in our bodies to
That's
know.
exactly right. Look,
Sarcasm.
this is the sarcasm, and this is also, just jumping straight onto that stereotype.
Yes.
But there are people that
I'm sure-
genuinely feel this way.
Yeah, I'm sure that there's people out there that genuinely believe this stuff. Doesn't mean it's right, but it's one of those things where, yes, you've been led down a path, you've been led down a rabbit hole of misinformation because maybe not back in the day, but I can say for these days, it's like the algorithm online.
Yes.
Where it's like, I looked at one SJW fail compilation on YouTube once. Want to know what I got for the next 10 days?
What?
Trump propaganda.
Oh, God.
So apparently, because I watched one video on YouTube, I'm a right-wing Trump-supporting hillbilly.
Can you imagine what my stuff looks like these days with all the research that I do for this show?
Yeah, the internet thinks you're
The
a
internet
freak.
thinks I'm screwed. So, like, this guy is a Trump supporter. He's
into prison
He's into prison experiments.
Why is he researching all the world's laws? Is
They're
he
not,
going to commit
they're
a
not
crime?
sure if I'm gay, straight, or other.
Well, I'm not either.
Like, I'm
It's the shorts.
It's the short. It's definitely the shorts.
It's how you came in here throwing your calves in my face.
But it's
You
just
oiled
like
them up.
That's
what was weird.
That's what it is. I look like Buddy Franklin over the weekend.
Yes, Tom Hawkins. Have you seen Tom Hawkins'
Hawkins.
arms? They're the wettest things
Well,
I've
they're
ever seen.
both just as oiled.
Imagine them trying to hug each other.
Oh, God. They
It'd
wouldn't.
be like a
they wouldn't. It
magnet.
would just slip.
Yeah.
It's like the old school slip and slides that you'd have in the backyard.
Oh, with the tarp and
Yeah,
the detergent on it. Fantastic.
But now,
Yeah, now.
do we have time for one more?
Let's save it.
Okay.
I think
because this will go perfectly straight into it. So maybe I'll do it next week.
short, sharp episode. Let's do that.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
see how it goes.
Okay.
Do you want to give the fans and audience a teaser?
It's a complete hoax. Whatever you've been told by NASA, whatever you've been told by the US government, it is a hoax. It was done in the backwaters and the back deserts
Oh, why?
of Arizona. Can you guess what it was?
No.
Good, because we're going to tell you next week on the Drop Some Knowledge podcast. For those of you that do know, jump on our TikTok, jump on our Instagram, YouTube. We've got it all.
We've got it all.
We've got T-shirts that will never come out. They'll have the answer written on the front.
It's in the seam.
It's in this.
Yes, if you step inside an area with a UV light, the answers to the podcast
It's
will...
actually written on my face.
Yes.
Look
Yes.
carefully.
If you
ladies and
rub
gentlemen.
lemon juice on it and then put a hairdryer on it, it'll reveal.
And you've got to have a lot of questioning features and an old man that comes and goes, "You wrote it on the back of the Independence."
Yes, I won't. I want to spread conspiracy theories here, James. But
Okay.
I guarantee you, the next episode's title is written in invisible ink on the back of the Declaration of Independence.
Go find it.
And if you don't go now and
Yep.
try and find that, Nicolas Cage will.
Do you know what's funny?
What?
We haven't told them which which independence.
Just one of them.
It's one of them. Could be
Yeah,
the
it's-
American, Australian. Apparently, we've got one.
Have we?
Apparently, we've
Well,
got one. No
that
one
sounds
quotes it because there's nothing on it.
Yeah, because
Just-
we don't plead the fifth all the time here. We
No.
say, you're a bloody dingo, mate, and I'm going to smack you in the teeth.
Well, that's it, really.
Yeah, and that's solving all problems. Today, we woke up and chose violence.
I always chose chaos in the mornings.
Anyway, thank you for listening to this episode of the Drop Some Knowledge podcast.
Yes,
Please share the podcast with a friend.
please do.
Tell someone about it. We love the support.
Listen to it with friends.
Listen to it with friends.
With a
The
cup
only
of
way to
tea.
make friends is to listen to this podcast. If you don't, you have no friends.
It's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And today, Josh is going to sign
Oh,
off like a person with a aluminium foil.
Aluminum.
Foil. Yeah, I was trying to do both. Aluminium foil hat.
Geez, this hat is getting hot. Maybe I shouldn't have put my head in a microwave. Why is it catching on fire? Ah, it's burning my skin. Now I'm a burn victim. God, this hospital bed makes me sore and my face is gooey. Why are you wrapping bandages in? Why wrap my head in bandages? Oh, God. Now you got to rip them off and they're sticky and stuck. Rip. Ouchie. That hurt my face.